On this episode of the Patcast, we sit down with head football coach Keith Houston as he breaks down the keys for a Game 1 victory against the Blytheville Chickasaws. Later, we sit down with Brandon Gray and Emily Hall as we discuss the hometown showdown and some plans we have for St. Jude. Also, we have the return of Monk's Maulers and my keys to the game against Blytheville. From the MHS Cyber Studios, this is the Patcast. Welcome back to the Patcast, sitting down with head football coach Keith Houston. Coach, it's finally game week. We got Blytheville coming into town on Friday. How's the week of practice been so far?
It's going good. The kids are doing everything we're asking them to do, and finally preparing for a football game. And the practice it changes a little bit when you're actually getting prepared to play a football game on Friday. So we're tweaking some things in practice and getting ready to roll.
Nice. Last year, it seems like Blytheville more and more has gotten away. They used to be a very run-heavy team, a lot of I formation. Last year, it was almost completely out of shotgun formation, but still kind of run-heavy. What are y'all expecting from the Chickasaws this year?
Kind of the same thing, but what you're going to get is you're going to get a group of kids that's well coached. And it's going to come out and play hard every snap, and you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's to give yourself a chance.
Defensively, I believe Blytheville runs a 4-front. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
You're right.
Offensively, what are you kind of expecting from the guys? What's the game, without giving away too much? What's the game plan there?
Those guys are going to move around and get in a lot of different positions and put some pressure on the quarterback. So we're going to have to do a good job with our protections up front. We're going to have to do a good job with our steps, with our O-line, to try to create some holes in the run game. But those guys are come and get after it. They're going to do a really, really good job and play with a lot of energy.
Last week at Stuttgart, AP out with an elbow soreness, I believe it was. Is he going to be good to go for this week?
He's ready to go. He's practiced and did everything we asked him to do, so he'll be ready to roll.
What's the role going to be like between AP and Kentrell? Is it just going to be situational?
Well, no. At this point right now, we're going to give both of them an opportunity to run the ball. And just like last year, when you had both of them, you just go with one until he get a little winded, and then you can put the other one in and always be fine.
This week, this is the Channel 8 game of the week. Last year, this game was decided by 2 points. A lot of hype going into this game. What do you do as a coach to kind of, feed into that hype but not let it consume the players?
Well, what we do is we try to, we take it with open arms because it's a blessing for us to get people to want to recognize what we're doing here at Marion, but at the same time we have to stay humble. And if we don't do what we're supposed to do, then it don't matter anyway. So I'm telling our kids, we're not gonna worry about game of the week. All right, yes, it's game of the week, but that's for everybody else. We still have to go out and play. We still got to go out and practice hard. We still got to do what we got to do to give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Obviously, there's a ton of things that you could pick for this question, but if you want to win against Blytheville, what's the one thing your team has to do?
We got to eliminate big plays. We got to have some explosive plays on the offensive side of the ball, and we have to tackle well to win any game. But this Blytheville game, we're going to have to do those three things, and we got to execute in the special teams game. People don't understand it, but special team plays such a vital role in a football game, and you have to be on point in special teams. And we tell our kids, everybody get excited to play offense or defense, and we want our kids to get excited to be a part of special teams. and that really, really makes us a really good football team when that happens.
Speaking of special teams, sorry I didn't get to mention it in our first episode of the Patcast, but you have a pretty solid set of feet on special teams. I know we have Dylan Pieri, who's returning. Ricardo Ledesma, Sr., is coming back, was on the soccer team, and Jace Boney. Between those two kickers with Pieri and Ledesma, I was with you in practice watching them kick 40-yard field goals. They both seem pretty capable. Who do you think you're leaning to right now?
Well, we're going to continue to, go with Dylan. Dylan has been a kid that done something that a lot of kids don't be asked to do, and that's come up as a 14-year-old kid and be the varsity kicker. And I think he's done everything we've asked him to do. He's got bigger, he's got stronger. So right now we're going to go with Dylan. But the good thing is Ricardo coming out every day and he's busting his tail to show us that he's more than capable of getting in the game and being able to do some things for us in the kicking game. But, it was never a up in the air type deal when you got a young kid like Dylan that's done a really good job and took on the pressure of being the starter last year. And we've put him in some pressure situations this year doing camp and, put the conditioning on him. If he make one, we don't condition. And he rose to the occasion and knocked a couple down. So, he's our guy right now. But I think we have a very, very good backup that can come in whenever it's actually come in.
Anything you want to add? Anything?
Please come out and support. The kids are working hard. The coaching staff is working really hard. We want that place to be packed. We want it to be loud, and we'll put on a good show.
Coach Keith Houston, we'll be right back with the Patcast.
Are you on the hunt for a quality late model vehicle at a great wholesale price? Not interested in gimmicks and high-pressure sales? Want to complete your purchase in minutes instead of hours? Then stop searching and come by King Motor Company in Marion. Located just 10 miles from Memphis, King Motor Company is not your typical sales environment or car buying experience.
Our customers are our friends, and our friends are our customers. No pressure, no haggle, no dock fee, just quality vehicles at wholesale prices. Come shop with us. We'll save you money.
Finner Physical Therapy has been serving Crittenden County since opening in Marion in 2007. 11 years later, you can find them throughout eastern Arkansas. Their treatment options include physical, occupational, and speech therapy services at all 5 of their locations. Other therapy services include sports injury rehab and prevention. Finner Physical Therapy further boasts the only aquatic therapy pool in the region at their West Memphis Delta Orthopedics and Sports Medicine location. Does your student athlete have a recent injury that needs rehab or even a past injury that needs strengthening?
Finner Physical Therapy got me back on the court stronger than ever.
Call the Finner Physical Therapy team to find out more about how we work to strengthen the Delta. Finner Physical Therapy, a proud Patriot partner.
Welcome back to the MHS Cyber Studios, home of the Patcast, as we are welcoming in Mr. Brandon Gray and Miss Emily Hall to our studios. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We're talking about this week the St. Jude Gameday Giveback.
Right.
Now, this is a new effort this year as part of the Hometown Showdown football game, and you've been leading this effort. Tell us all about this format and what we're doing.
Okay, well, as far as the Fred Leonard State Farm Hometown Showdown, I mean, obviously at this point, people understand what it is. I mean, it's the biggest event in Crittenden County. The two titans on the gridiron, West Memphis versus Marion. So what we wanted to do, we really wanted to galvanize the community, bring the two communities together. And so what a better way to do that is to partner with someone that everybody can just kind of bring to the fold with St. Jude. So with that particular partnership, we're just trying to, just highlight, their fight with eradicating childhood cancer. So
the other day we talked about St. Jude's, their name being a part of this and what our community can do for them. What was St. Jude's, how was their receptiveness to these two teams doing what they're going to do for their benefit?
Well, I mean, initially, just being honest and transparent, I mean, their staff, they're pretty much from Memphis, Tennessee. They've kind of heard about the game, West Memphis versus Marion, and honestly, what kind of helped kind of heighten their idea of how big this could be is when we were having those discussions with St. Jude, it was right off the heels of the Marion Patriot state championship in basketball. Mm-hmm. And so they actually had seen some clips from the Marion Patriot Network, and they saw the platform, and that just made the conversation just get even bigger from there. So, and I actually had a relationship with some of the staff over there. So, it made the conversation really easy because they were able to understand, what's going on in Crittenden County, and everybody loves a winner. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of winners in Crittenden County, that this is a rivalry. No doubt that if you're from Eastern Arkansas, you know about Marion versus West Memphis. I can't imagine this being a part of that game without there being some kind of competition within the St. Jude Gameday Giveback as well. What does that look like?
Well, so what I can say, you have 4 teams, and the thing about it is that with the 4 teams that are involved, they're playing a very integral role in the whole hometown showdown. So you have Team ASU Mid-South. They've actually been a partner of ours since day one with the tailgate. Then you have Team Blue Devil. Then you have Team Fred Leonard State Farm, and then obviously you have Team Patriot. So there's been a little back and forth in terms of the competition. Everybody's kind of keeping up with, hey, I just saw a $200 donation. Hey, you guys, let's match that or do more. So it's actually kind of helping a healthy competition. But the good thing is that everybody's on board because they understand the reason why we're doing it. And it's all about the kids of St. Jude.
Okay. So now that we know where these teams are coming from, Emily, you are kind of the one in charge for Team Patriot. Mm-hmm. So what is your maybe a goal that you have for Team Patriot other than to win it, obviously, but what is it that you're looking forward to as the leader of Team Patriot?
Well, our original goal between the 4 teams, our original goal was to try and give St. Jude $10,000. We think that that's the goal that maybe St. Jude charged us with. So that would be about $2,500 a piece. When we've kind of been talking to sponsors and folks who've already donated, we're thinking we're probably going to up that goal to somewhere around the $5,000 mark for our team.
So a total of 20,000.
So a total of 20, maybe, if all the teams were able to do that. But I think our community is large enough. I think that we understand what St. Jude's doing enough that it can be done. So Team Patriot has some strategies for getting that done. We're going to be present at each of our home games leading up to that September 27th date. And we're going to give people opportunities to donate just their leftover concession stand money here and there, or to make larger donations. One of the great things about when you donate to St. Jude is that you can get a tax deduction form. It's a very professional kind of a process. Mm-hmm. One of the other things that the Marion Patriot Athletic Network is offering are some shout outs either at the ball games that you're sitting at, or even on their live streams. I hope that's going to encourage our fans to really give to this in honor of their Patriot, or in honor of a cancer patient, or even in honor of maybe their graduating class, or some other things that really bring the pride of the Patriots to helping this cause.
Yeah. And I know for our home games against Blyville this Friday and Wynn next Friday, we're asking patrons, we used to do this for Coleman, but we're going to do this for St. Jude this year. Every time the Patriots score, we're going to ask everybody to donate $1 to a cheerleader, which includes me running out of the press box and up and down the bleachers trying, All right, so we know what those strategies are and how we're going to do this. Now, we're not going to drop the end of the discussion here. We know that we're going to have you back on Patcast a couple more times between now and September 27th. What are you looking forward to bringing to us that we can share with the world?
Well, one of the things that I want to do, I definitely want to, we actually want to bring out over some staff from St. Jude to actually touch the people, and then maybe during game week, maybe have one more little feature. Yeah. So we just want to kind of humanize this whole ordeal. We definitely want to keep the game, but we just want to use this platform because everybody is definitely behind it. We just want to use this platform just to do as much good as we can.
Yeah. So yeah, you can look forward to seeing tons of content for the St. Jude Gameday Giveback from the Marion Patriots Athletics Network, Patcast episodes, social media episodes. Tyler's been doing a bang-up job heading up the social media aspect of this for Team Patriots. So we're looking forward to everything we have and giving this an effort that is just monumental for what we're hoping to accomplish. So, Emily, Brandon, thank y'all so much for coming by and speaking with us about this. We'll be right back.
JR&K Printing has been providing printing services for over 30 years, printing everything from business cards to booklets. JR&K Printing also has the newest equipment to help produce the lowest cost signs, banners, and custom t-shirts. Look us up on Facebook or visit www.jrkprinting.com. A proud Patriot partner. At Ford of West Memphis, quality comes first. They believe that with high quality comes happy customers. That's why if you're in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV, you should stop by Ford of West Memphis. Their community presence is strong as ever with their commitment to the Marion Patriots. Recently, Ford of West Memphis' efforts helped to raise over $7,000 for the Lady Patriot cheerleaders. At Ford of West Memphis, they have a strong and committed sales staff with many years of experience satisfying their customers' needs. Feel free to browse their inventory online, request more information about vehicles, set up a test drive, or inquire about financing. A proud Patriot partner.
And welcome back to the Patcast. Now for our section called Monk's Maulers, where I'll break down some key things that need to happen this week if the Patriots want to get a victory over the Blytheville Chickasaws. But first things first, I know how you can get a victory in life. Go ahead and download the Marion Patriot Athletics Network app, available on the App Store and Google Play. All of the content that you'll see on the website, including live streams, available on this app, so download that today. First things first, what I want to see from the Patriots this Friday, we're going to be going through last year's game film. One thing I definitely want to see this year, we've got to block better. This is the first drive of the game right here. 3rd and goal for the Patriots. It was 3rd and 8. A Blytheville penalty makes it 3rd down and 1. Big opportunity to go up big here. Let's see what the Patriots do. We even have a sniffer back right here. We move Kentrell to that side. A lot of running play. Boom, right there. First things first, not very good blocking. 2 Blytheville players ready to go right there on the line. They're going to come in, blow up the play. Patriots have to kick a field goal. Not the end of the world, but should have been 7 points there. Ended up being a 2-point game, so every point would have mattered in this game. Got to block better in that one. Next play I want to point out. Got to be better on special teams than we were last year. Patriots up 22-14 at this point in the game. Up 22-14. Blytheville throws us a little bit of a curveball here. Bam. He's catching it right here. He's going to throw back to that guy there. So, a little bit of a trick play there. Toss back. Bad blocking. Missed tackle right there. Another missed tackle. Good block by Blytheville. One thing I will give the Patriots the benefit of the doubt. Right here we get a block in the back. You can see it better on our broadcast. But even still, you know, refs aren't going to give you every stinking call in a game, so you got to be ready for that. Touchdown, Blytheville makes it 22-14 at this point. Big special teams, big points. Special teams can decide a game. Got to be better on that this time around. Another play I want to look at, we've got to be able to tackle better in general. This is 3rd and 13 for Blytheville. Again, 2-touchdown game. 3rd and 13. Running back out on the screen. Wow, we're looking at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Patriots. They did a solid job the rest of the season. Bad play right here. 5 Patriots around the one running back. And we get broken tackle, missed tackles. 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line turns into 6 points for the Chickasaws. Got to be able to do better tackling. One thing that I do like and I think is going to be a huge key to success for the Patriots, your pressure doesn't have to be the best in the world. This is a sophomore quarterback. It's going to be a pretty solid offensive line for the Chickasaws. I want to see some pressure on this sophomore quarterback. This was last year's game. This is a senior quarterback here for the Chickasaws. But if you get enough pressure, one man, boom, right there. gets enough pressure, gets in the quarterback's face. There's nobody else in this area, but one man is able to get enough pressure in on that quarterback. It forces a bad pass. It's underthrown, and Anthony Switzer takes it to the house for 6. Not a ton of pressure on that one at all, but enough to force a bad throw and 6 points for the Pats. So, in general, we got to be able to block better, got to make the most of our opportunities. Special teams has to be better than it was last year. We got to be able to tackle better, and we got to get some pressure on this quarterback. If we can do that, I think that's a recipe for a Patriot win, go 1-0 on the season.